And Trevor Stephans joins us from the bullpen. Trevor, thanks for taking some time out with us today.
No worries, guys. How you doing?
Doing pretty well.
Nice.
Mike Trout at the plate. Hey, Trevor, first up, how's the rehab going for you? It's been a while since we've seen you on the hill. Can't wait to see you back there again. Where are you at right now?
Yeah, I'm just I'm wrapping up live BPs. I think I got one more left before a official game down there in Arizona. I'm hoping to be out of there in about 2 weeks.
Boy, it's a long road back, isn't it, Trev?
It has been.
I mean, you got to be chomping at the bit to get back.
Yeah, no, I definitely have. Missing last season and this season so far, it's just itching to feel it again, definitely.
Mike Trout with a leadoff single, so he's aboard for Travis d'Arnaud. Trevor, that transition that you made from starting pitcher to reliever and the success you had with it, some guys can do it, others can't. What was the key for you in being able to do that when you were, a starter coming up through the Yankee system, but then a reliever here in Cleveland?
Yeah, I was a reliever in my first 2 years in college. I think I preferred relieving, just the way I recovered and how my body felt.
One to right. Jones tracks it down on the warning track.
Obviously, pro ball, I tried to start as long as I could, but once I got Rule 5'd over here, I kind of knew right away in spring. I don't think they had to tell me, but I was kind of shooting for a bullpen role in there, and then it just kind of worked out. I think that's where I feel my best, is pitching out of the bullpen, and kind of just settled in that role.
And you'd love to join the bullpen we have right now, wouldn't you, with the big boys in the back?
Absolutely.
I mean, that would be a treat for you as well.
Blast to right center by Adele, and that one leaves the park. Two-run homer, Joe Adele, third homer today for the Angels, and it's 4-0 LA.
You see those guys starting to take them the other way now and stay on the baseball. The first out was lined out to right, and this one leaves the ballpark, and I mean, that's left in a hurry.
Adele going the other way with that.
Steph, the question I got to ask you is, David Fry talked about coming back from that same injury, and obviously he's a position player, but you guys were all able to work out together. He's been able to hit off with some of you guys. How much does it help to have Shane, yourself, and have somebody like David Fry out there in Arizona when I'm sure every day has become a little monotonous?
Yeah, I'm having a hard time picking you guys up, but I know you said something about David Fry.
Yes, talk about just facing David Fry and being able to have a guy like Shane Bieber kind of go through the process with you.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's always tough when you get relocated to Arizona out there, but I mean, it's a tough gig down there. You're just trying to get as healthy as fast as possible. But I mean, just having a group of guys down there that have had similar surgeries are all kind of facing a similar adversity in their careers, and it just makes the days a little shorter. There's just we're all trying to get out of there, but there's some good laughter going around. We're having fun with it, just kind of competing in our own ways, and just makes the days a little bit better down there for sure.
Yeah, that's one of the things that David Fry was talking about before the game too. Obviously, it's not fun to be injured and be rehabbing, but it's nice to have other guys there, like Shane Bieber, for example, and kind of working through similar things, right? Definitely.
It's been good. I've been playing catch with Shane, and just bouncing everything off each other, really, whether what we're feeling or, just kind of getting our feet wet again, just kind of having someone to talk it out with, going through the same thing, just kind of gives you some confidence and can lean on each other for sure.
2-2 the count to Luis Rengifo. Hitting here with one out and nobody on. Angels up 4-0 after the two-run blast by Joe Adele. So, Trevor, let's go back and look at some of your highlights from 2023. And your pitches were so good. That breaking ball, too, for you. Got a lot of downward action on that. How were you able to generate that?
It's really my split finger that I've been using as a put-away pitch. But it's just something I've thrown off and on. Once I switched over to the bullpen, it kind of clicked for me. And, it's a pitch Brian Shaw taught me, actually, the grip. I've thrown a slightly different one. Once he showed me that, it just seemed to click. And then watching it work on righties especially. I needed something to counter lefties, but then watching it, put away righties, it kind of just became my go-to pitch anytime. But just kind of getting reps in there with it and seeing it work really just kind of gave me some confidence on it.
Now that's a pitch now. Does that affect your elbow at all? I mean, when you were throwing it? Because everybody's starting to start throwing more of them.
Yeah, I think I'm undecided on that. I think I've always heard that, the split finger could add more stress to that. I didn't feel that way in 23, but, it's been good. I think, I've been throwing them again in live BPs and things like that, and it's been working out. So I don't know. I've heard that White's tail. I don't know if there's any data to back that up or anything like that. But.
And they say that's a field pitch. So when you have it working, it's almost unhittable. Yeah. And there's other times where you can't get a feel for it that you have a tough time throwing it for strikes.
It can be. I think, I tell a lot of people, I talk with Cade because he's got a really good one. And, there's just so many different factors that can go into throwing that pitch, whether it's, humidity. I think if you're obviously a higher elevation, the balls are rubbed up differently. There's just a bunch of different things that can kind of affect that pitch. I even feel like you got to take care of your fingernails sometimes because if it gets a little tender in there, it might affect it. But it's there's a lot of different factors on that pitch for sure.
Zach Neto batting with 2 outs and nobody on. And Trevor, you've been able to do different roles in the bullpen too. You can close, you can set up middle relief. Seems that you do that all with ease. That adjustment for you mentally, what did that take, or did it take anything?
I think that's kind of the moment you live for. I think when you got Clase anchoring that back end of the bullpen down, you pretty much, that's a good solidified role right there. But that was a good pitch by Slade.
Certainly was. Trevor, thanks for your time here today. Can't wait to see you back on the hill.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
You got it. There's Trevor Stephan.